Hey everybody, welcome to the 10th episode of What Makes You Click. We're here at Chilean Theater with my boy Hasan Minhaj. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for being here.
Uh-huh.
So basically, I just want to do a quick overview of your background, kind of like how'd you get into comedy and what made you stick? Like, why comedy for you?
When did I start?
Yeah.
I started doing comedy in college. So I was like, I think I was a sophomore in college, and my whole era of college, I went to UC Davis, and we all had T3 internet connection, and there was this thing where all the different UCs, you could download everything at like a T3. So it was basically like pre-streaming, have everything in like 10 seconds. And so I never watched stand-up growing up because I didn't have cable. But a friend of mine downloaded all the stand-up, and I went over to his dorm room and I saw it, and then I was like, I should do.
I need to do this.
Yeah, I was like, I should do this. Yeah.
And so, what was your first time on stage? Like,
first time on stage was.
What was going through your mind, and how did the audience react to the jokes you were telling?
First time on stage was okay. It was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Audience was all right. They were fine. Yeah, they were good. I didn't bomb, but I didn't do like amazing. I did decent, but I got enough laughs to be like, okay, I should continue.
You continue this, and then you remember your first bomb after that?
First bomb, I think, was like my second time up.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like the first time went good, and then the second time was like horrible. I just like bombed.
It's just the point where like, should I continue this?
yeah, it was really bad. It was really bad.
What happened there? Like, what went through your mind after that bomb?
It was a bar gig, and I was just like, that was. I mean, it really, when you bomb that bad, it eats away at you. You're just like, I should probably quit doing this. But at that point, I had already kind of just made up my mind. I want to keep doing it, and I was in college, and college gives you a great like sort of safety net where it's like, all right, I'm going to school and I'm doing this, and so
if it doesn't work out, then you still have your education to back.
Sure, yeah, you're just like nobody. There's not a whole lot of pressure on you in college when people ask you what you do. You're just like, oh, I'm a student.
Yeah.
So I bombed, and I was like, okay, well, I suck. I mean, the hardest part was like being like, oh, I think I'm really bad at this. I'm not very good.
Cool. And then let's fast forward all the way to Homecoming King.
Yes.
What brought this idea?
So this started with a piece that I did on the Moth Radio Hour, and so the Moth is basically just like a storytelling thing. So I told a story on the Moth Radio Hour called Prom, which is kind of like the centerpiece of the whole show. Something I hadn't really talked about, and then people started. Catherine Burns, who's the creative director of the Moth, was like, "This is really interesting. You should keep doing this and flesh this out into something bigger." And so then I did that, and I worked with my director Greg Wallach, and he sort of helped me expand this and took different stories from my life. And then the piece itself kept living and breathing. This love story between me and this girl kind of kept evolving and changing as we were working on the show.
Oh, really?
And so it just was kind of like breathing in real time.
And so what's your relation? Oh, so the main girl in this is the girl that kind of like, whose parents didn't let you go to prom with her.
Correct.
And she was like one of your best friends in high school.
Right.
Fast forward to today, kind of like what happened with that relationship, because I know there's like, she married some other guy.
Yes.
Who was also Indian.
Right.
And that just like threw your whole world like in a spin, and you're like, wait, hold up. Could this be me? Am I doing like, and then are you like in talks with her at all? Or no?
Oh yeah. She came and saw the show last night.
And what'd she say?
She thought it was funny. She thought it was great. No, I'm super proud of her. I'm really. I think that what I think is most interesting is what I hope to accomplish through the show is like, I think that the conversations about sort of race and how things change in this country from a very micro like thing, like something as small as like what happened to me in high school and later in college and me getting married and all these things is proof that things can change, and like it really takes a single person generationally to like cause that shift.
Gotcha. And so here's the thing. So your background, obviously your parents are from India.
Correct.
And then they came over here.
Yeah, from
obviously from arranged marriage, just like my parents. And so your upbringing was in Texas, is that correct?
No, I grew up in California.
California. Okay, cool. So how was it like over there as like a kid, and then growing up with like Indian parents and like trying to be like, I guess, assimilate within American culture?
Well, it was. I grew up in Davis, so Davis was a majority sort of like white sort of town. There's not a ton of diversity, but it was a college town, and it was like any town in America, which was really cool. I mean, I was just like living in the suburbs, and all I knew was like the high school that I went to, and the mall that was in Sacramento. It's like really all I knew. The movie theater that was downtown. There was like a Jamba Juice that was like a big deal. So like that's all I kind of knew.
And does that like alter the way you think about jokes now, like, and like that whole like mindset of what you went through to today? Like, how does that like affect your jokes and the way you present them?
Well, what's cool is that because I grew up Hollywood Hollywood and performing and all that stuff seemed a million miles away.
Right.
So I just had a regular sort of childhood where, I was into basketball and Jordans and just like trying out for just being a kid, you know what I mean? Riding bikes and just like growing up and being a teenager, trying to
do your thing.
Talk to girls and have my first kiss and all that stuff. Like that's pretty much like all, it wasn't like, man, I should be in a performing arts high school because maybe one day I can audition for Glee. There was no recollection of that.
Looking back, that's exactly what it would be. I need audition for Glee. Let's get this going, Mom and Dad.
Yeah. It wasn't like, I need to like start this now. It was just like, I just wanted to grow up and have a good GPA.
Cool. So in high school, just out of curiosity, if you didn't decide to go in comedy when you were in college, what were you thinking of doing when you went to college in high school? What was your main objective?
I was probably going to do law. I was going to probably be an attorney because I was in speech and debate and stuff in high school and did a lot of like sort of speaking stuff. And to me, really, the best comedians that I look up to and admire are really just great debaters.
Yeah, Bill Burr.
Yeah, Burr and
Chappelle
and Patton and Greg Giraldo was one of my all-time favorites. So basically, they like present a case and then they provide evidence proving why their case is true. So it's like, to me, comedy was just a funny version of presenting a case.
Cool. And I think we were almost literally out of time. So last couple questions would be, what advice would you give to up-and-coming comics that are trying to just get to, I guess, to become a correspondent for The Daily Show? This is literally advice from me right here.
What advice would I give? I would just say, man, this is literally stolen from Conan, but Conan had this great thing about, working in show business. I think the three things he said is move to the city where they're doing the thing that you want to do. Number two is find a community and rise within that community. And then number three, I would say, and then he said number three is just be nice, like don't be an a-hole. And then I think number four, I would say, is that find that sort of special thing that I think you do that you can share with the world that people really resonate with, and create that and put that out there. And you're obviously doing that yourself, and I think I would recommend doing that.
It's constantly pushing it. And then what upcoming stuff do you have other than Homecoming King, which is going to what, end of November? December?
November 15th.
November 15th. Yeah. And then what's after this? Is it just going to focus on the Daily Show?
Daily Show, and we'll probably tour this and take it around the country and take it to festivals and stuff. So I'm really excited
December,
about that.
you're going to try to tour this out.
Yeah, we're going to try to take it around the country.
That's sick. And do you guys have like the tour date set up or
no, but on the website you'll see it. Like we're setting that up right now.
Sick. And the last thing would be what makes you click? Like what drives you to continue doing what you do?
What makes me click?
Yeah.
Is that the name of the spot?
That's exactly what it is.
Right.
That's exactly what it is.
What drives me to continue to do what I'm doing? I would just honestly say that this is like, I'm really just passionate about it. I really love this. I really love, I just really love like what I do. You know what I mean? Like The Daily Show is like an amazing institution where what we're talking about kind of, helps shape the national conversation. And it's really exciting, and it's amazing that I get to be a part of something that every day we kind of build this sandcastle, and then when the episode's over, it just washes away, and then we do it again Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Sick. And so I just want to keep doing that and keep putting out stuff that I wish existed when I was 15.
Right.